everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing March favorites. I can't believe March is coming to an end. Like, where did this month go, guys? I seriously don't know. And just to address the elephant in the room, this is a curling iron burn and not a hickey. Everybody at work has been making fun of me for it, and yeah, I just wish it would go away. But let's go ahead and hop into my March favorites. The first thing that I've been loving, guys, ever since the first time I tried it was the new foundation from Tarte. At least one of the new ones. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation, and I got the shade in Fair Neutral. I've probably mentioned this in some things, whether it's on this channel or in my social media, like on Instagram or something, because, oh my gosh, guys, I was so excited when this came out. I've been really into trying a lot of different foundations lately. I just feel like I'm having a beauty overhaul right now. You ever just get that feeling where you just feel like you need to switch out a ton of your products at the same time? Yeah, that's me right now. So I compulsively bought this online like right before it hit stores. I just like randomly guessed at a color. This is the lightest one and it did end up matching me super well. I love the consistency. It's a very lightweight feel on the skin, but it has awesome coverage. And of course I forget to bring my beauty blender up here because that was another favorite this month because I've loved applying this with my beauty blender. It's been amazing. But yeah, I do have a full review coming on this very soon if it's not up already, but oh my gosh, guys, I'm wearing this today and every single time I wear it, I just feel like my complexion is so smooth and so even. My next favorite is something very exciting because, guys, I finally tried the Coty Airspun powder. I got this because I've been so into Tati Westbrook's, I think that's her last name, videos lately, and I've been watching a ton, so she always talks about this, and I finally decided to bite the bullet. I ordered mine on Amazon, and this huge, like, how much is in here? 2.3 ounces. I mean, this thing is going to last me forever, and it wasn't anything more than like $15. I want to say it was like 12 or 13, and I got it with Prime, so it got here in 2 days. I love that. The scent on this is so nice and girly. I wasn't expecting a powder to have such a pretty scent, and I think I read about it in like the Amazon comments or like the reviews that are on Amazon. They said it was scented, but it was really nice and it was nothing too heavy, and I definitely have to agree with that. I have been using the tip of my beauty blender with this, and I thought it worked amazingly well. I usually just pack this on under my eyes after concealer, but I have used it around my face too, and I like it for both places. I can see this quickly becoming a holy grail powder for me though, because I have been kind of into baking lately, like especially with my under eye area. It's nothing too crazy, but I was using the Ben Nye Cameo powder before. And with that one, people rave about it for baking, but for me, it felt really heavy under the eyes. So as soon as I used this, and it was so lightweight, I absolutely fell in love with it. And whenever I use it, my under eye area just looks so smooth. My next favorite has been this little mixing palette and this little spatula guy from Amazon, guys, and oh my gosh, I don't know how I lived so long without one of these. But I also found another beauty channel that I've been loving this month, and I wanted to mention her because she's a fairly small channel and I have no idea why. Her videos are amazing, but her name is Gina Ridico. I hope I'm saying that right. But I found her channel while searching for Tarte reviews, like of the new foundations, and I just fell in love with her, and she's just been so helpful. So the reason I mentioned her was because she uses one of these mixing palettes in a lot of her videos. I've always wanted one of these, but I never really knew what the best one to get was. Sometimes I feel like YouTubers talk about ones that are really expensive, and so I just wanted to see which one she had. So I commented on one of her videos, and she sent back this super long, just like, go check here, and she was just so kind. So what I actually did was I went on Amazon, like I said, that's where I got this, because I found this palette and this spatula, like they came together for $6.99. I can't believe it. But yeah, I've really been loving it. I've used it almost every single time I've been getting ready lately, because instead of like using the back of my hand and having to clean it up and like risk getting it all over my clothes or something, I just pump it out on this. And this little guy, I haven't been using this as much. Like, I just use this if I'm mixing stuff, but mostly I've just been using this for concealer, and I can just put like a tiny little bit on the corner, dip my finger in it, and then just wipe it off with like a tissue or something. And lastly, for the favorites, I have 2 lip products to tell you guys about, but I wanted to update you on this one first. Now this is the Bare Minerals Pop of Passion Lip Balm. I think it's what it's called, and of course the full name is not on this. But yeah, I talked about this formula in my last favorites video. I loved it. I got like a little trial size in my Sephora Play box, I think for February, and the formula is out of this world. So I think in that video I mentioned that I wanted to go back and get another shade, and I did exactly that. I was a little surprised though, because I planned on getting a darker one. That initial one that I got in my Sephora Play box was like a fuchsia, and I think like in passing at Ulta I saw the display once and there was like a berry, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. beautiful. But funny enough, I ended up coming away with a lighter everyday shade, but I'm loving it. So this one is in Pink Passion. It is not what I'm wearing right now. This is the next one I'm going to tell you guys about, but it is so pretty for every single day, and again, they're so comfortable. These glide on so smoothly. I cannot even explain it, but this color is just a really nice mix between pink and like a tiny bit of like peachiness in there, but for summer, I know this is going to be one of my go-tos. And lastly, what I'm wearing on my lips right now, this is the Spark Makeup Lip Cream in Neon, and I talked about these in my Chatty Get Ready With Me video. I actually wore the one in Shock, which is a little bit deeper than this, guys, and oh my gosh, you gotta go check out that video, or at least like the last 5 minutes if you missed it, because when these go on the lips, like I can't even explain it. It's like magic. Spark Makeup is really a brand that not a lot of people have heard about. They reached out to me maybe like 6 months ago to let me try their original lipstick formula, and I liked it. I didn't love it though. It was a little bit hard to glide on because it was more matte, but the colors were beautiful. I remember the color payoff and like the brightness of them, I just absolutely loved. But as far as these new releases go, their lip creams have just been rocking my world. And yeah, as far as this color goes, it's another one of those just like everyday pinks for me, but these wear so darn well. They're just so vibrant and opaque on the lips, and the color with this, it stains, so like you're left with color all day long. Getting onto the two things that I was a little bit like 50-50 on this month, the first one I want to tell you guys about is the Revlon Volume and Length Magnified Mascara. Now I know I raved about this right when it came out because I loved it. The brush was amazing, the formula gave me a lot of volume and length, even though I did have to build it up to like 2 or 3 coats. But now that I've had this for, oh I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe not even that long, the formula has definitely changed. I hate saying this because I know a few of you did go pick this up after I talked about it, and hopefully yours does not dry out as quickly as mine did. The one time I noticed this the most though, well actually there was 2 times. The first time I applied this and then I curled my lashes, and that's when the fallout was like the worst. I know I've talked about that a few times on this channel, like that little trick of applying your mascara first and then curling your lashes. I like doing that just sometimes because I feel like the curl lasts a little bit longer, but when I did it with this dang formula, guys, I had little particles all over my cheeks like as soon as I took the eyelash curler away, and I was like, okay, like I'll dust them off and I'll be okay, but that did not stop. The flaking did not stop there. Even throughout the day at work, I was just finding bits and pieces. I felt like the particles were getting in my eyes, so all in all, it was not a good experience. I've only worn this one more time since that curling experience, and I thought, well, maybe the eyelash curler did something and made it flake a little bit more, so I did try this just the other day. I wore it to work and I still had flaking. Was it as bad as that curling mishap day? No, but it was still super annoying. I feel like I have more of this left. I just feel like it dried up super quickly. Like that's how I'm explaining it in my head, because I'm like, what else could really cause this to flake other than too dry of a formula? So was not happy with that, and unfortunately I think I'm just gonna have to throw this away now. Lastly is this little product right here. Now this one is kind of funny because right when I got this, I thought it would be in the favorite section of this video for sure. This is the Bare Minerals concealer, and I just got the shade in light 1, and this was the lightest one in the display, I believe. So like I said in the beginning, I've been doing a beauty overhaul. So there was one day I just went to Sephora and I got a lot of concealers. I say a lot, and I think I got 2. I think I ended up with the Tarte Maracuja one that I'm still playing around with in this one. The reason I went to the Bare Minerals display though was because I love their broad spectrum concealer, the one that's the powder. Oh my gosh, that stuff's amazing on top of concealer under the eyes. But I was like, since I love that one so much, I might like a creamy formula, and I've never tried anything like that from Bare Minerals. So I did pick this up, and the first time I used it, or at least like the first 3 times I used it, I absolutely loved it. Like the formula for a cream is just spot on in my eyes. I've used the Bobbi Brown correctors, and those are very tacky. This one was so easy to blend. I seriously want to call it like a gel concealer or something because it just blended like a dream. It does have, to me, maybe like the slightest bit of peachy undertones, and I feel like the coverage under my eyes on this was fantastic. The only thing with this that I'm still like so incredibly mad about was after, oh I don't know, like the 5th time I wore it, it really settled super strangely under my eyes, and ever since I feel like it's been doing that. It is so darn frustrating because I want to love this product. Like if I didn't have any issues, this would be my go-to concealer under my eyes right now, and because it's also super hydrating. But with this, I think I wore it with like my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and at work I got there and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is my concealer doing? It was clinging to really weird areas. It was just bunching up in places, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? Because I've always set it with that Coty Airspun powder, so it's not like I used it with a different powder and it just didn't work as well. There was even this time where I had some dryness on my cheek, and I feel like I was blending it out because like I'll kind of go a little bit further out with my concealer, and it was just clinging to those areas so bad. And at one point I went like this and I had like these little balls of product going down my face that I had to wipe off. So it was incredibly annoying. I have no idea what is going on with this formula, but I'm still gonna try it out with different products to see if I could get it to work, because if it did, this thing would be a go-to for me for like every single day. So yeah, please let me know if you guys have tried this, if you have had this issue, what could be going on. Like, I've even thought of my moisturizer, but I use the same one every single time. So yeah, my mind is just like blown with this product. But that is everything. I really hope you guys enjoyed my March favorites this month, and if you did, please, as always, give this a huge thumbs up. Let me know what you guys have been loving for this past month, because I love finding new products, you guys know that. So I would love to hear your recommendations and your thoughts. But other than that, if you guys have a little bit more time here on YouTube, I have been uploading quite a bit, so that little eye has a little playlist for you guys of all of my recent uploads. I hope you guys are having a great day as always. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great April. Bye!